Welcome back, Polish Freaks. It's 2022. I'm so excited for a new year. I'm excited to see what we have in store for this next year. But I sat down yesterday and looked at all the collections from the last year that I had reviewed, and there were some really great collections. It was a really great year for Polish. I've never really done this before, but I'm excited to do this video because I'm just going to review the past year, 2021, and just review some of those great collections. I'm going to start out with each season and talk about the collections, and then I will show you my favorites out of each season. I picked 4 from each one. I thought that would be kind of fun, and at the end I'll tell you what my favorite polish was. I think you guys probably already know what it is because I've talked about it so much this year, and I already put it on my Instagram. I did narrow it down to 1, and I'm going to try to do this every year now. I think it'll be so fun, and I really enjoyed sitting down yesterday and just looking at all the collections and just remembering them all. I'm also going to talk about which companies, in my opinion, did the best for each season too, and so that'll be kind of fun to see as well. I definitely just have my own opinion, and you might have your own opinion, so leave in the comments down below what your favorite collections were, because it's kind of fun for me to see what you guys are liking too. Okay, so let's start out with spring 2021. We had OPI Hollywood collection. That was such a good collection. I'm going to try to put pictures up here of all the colors, but there were a lot of pastels in there. There was a bright hot pink, and to be honest, I pulled out quite a few of those to add to my favorites, but I only picked a few from there. And then we also had the SE Spring collection. That one was okay. I can't remember the namesake of that collection off the top of my head, but I think I only liked one in there. So I thought Essie did okay. And then Olive and June had a few collections. They had the Wish You Were Here collections that had a lot of pinks and a little bit of blue. And then they also had the April Showers collection that had a lot of grays, which was great. I think Olive and June needed to add some grays to their line, and so that was fun for them, but I really wasn't feeling like all the grays at that time. They were nice, but I don't wear grays very often. So they had both of those collections there in springtime. And then Morgan Taylor had the Out in the Open collection. That one was pretty good. It really had some kind of chill and calm vibes to it, which was really nice for that time of year when we were going through all that craziness. We're still going through all the craziness, but it was really nice to have that kind of calming feel. So that was a little bit different too. And then China Glaze had their Cali Dreams collection. That was a fantastic collection. I loved that one so much. There were so many beautiful colors. A lot of them were kind of close to colors we've seen in the past, but I still liked it. It was very cohesive. I just feel like they killed it in the spring. Essie had so many collections. I didn't review them all. I kind of skipped the Valentine's Day collection. I am going to do that this year though. If they had a lot of shimmers in them, I didn't pick them up. So I'm sorry, but I'm going to be better this year at trying to review all the Essie collections. I'm going to try, and hopefully that will make you guys happy. But I just reviewed a new spring collection for Essie now, and I did so many comparisons because there are a lot that are similar. We'll see. So lots of them. Okay, so let's talk about my favorites. Of course, I mentioned I thought OPI and China Glaze in the spring just did fantastic. So my favorites are from those 2 collections, and I could have added more from those collections, but I narrowed it down to 4. This first one is Hollywood and Vibe. I could have also picked Movie Buff. That one was really good too, but I really love Hollywood and Vibe. It's just a beautiful pink color. Yes, there's tons of pink colors like this. I feel like they're all just slightly different, but this one, I just loved it, and I love pale pinks. I'm still gonna do a pale pink video. That is my goal. I know I've been wanting to do that for a long time, but this one is just so good. I had so much fun wearing it. And then also from that same Hollywood collection, I picked Rated PG just because it's a beautiful, fun, bright, springy green. I really loved it at the time. It's just got a great formula. There was a lot of greens this year. I'd say this was like the year of greens, but that makes me happy because you guys know that I am a green lover. And so I was not disappointed at all, but I did a lot of green comparisons, that's for sure. I felt like it was slightly different from the other ones. It's a little bit brighter. It is a little bit on the cool tone. It has a lot of blue, which I really love, so I loved this one a lot. And then the next 2 that I picked were from that China Glaze Cali Dreams collection. This one was my number 1 for spring. I think it's just because I usually don't wear a lot of blue, and this one just kind of blew me away. Get it? Anyway, this is Sure Feels Good. It's just a beautiful bright blue, and it just made me so happy in the spring. I don't know. And I love that it made me wear blue because, like I said, I don't wear it very often. So this one is just so good. I will put pictures of it. So this was my number 1 spring polish out of all the collections. It's good. And then I picked Sunset Crew. There's a lot of polishes like this, and I always fall for like these pinky corals, especially in the spring and summer. duh. I feel like China Glaze did so good, and the pictures just turned out so beautiful and bright. And literally when I was trying to pick my favorites for this video for each season, I was like, oh, I have about 4 China Glaze in here. This is the one that I ended up with, and it's beautiful. And you will love it if you try it. And then came summer, and I just love the collections for summer. They were so fun and bright. I feel like some of them were kind of similar. It was kind of interesting to see what companies were coming out with. So OPI was a little bit different though. We have the Malibu collection from OPI, and that one was a little bit different. It was a lot of warm tones, a lot of browns, which I liked. I give them credit for doing something a little bit different because I think it is kind of surprising. So I did still like it, but I just really wanted to have fun with some bright colors in the summer. And Orly really killed it with those bright colors. Their collection was fantastic. The Electric Escape. Is that it? Yeah. Electric Escape collection was so good. I loved every polish. I could have put everyone in here, but I limited myself. And then we had the China Glaze Havana Nights, and that one was really good too. And that's the one that was like super close to Orly. Like I feel like they were kind of similar, and I liked a few out of there as well. They did a really great job. And then we had the Morgan Taylor Feel the Vibes collection, and they do a really good job with bright colors as well, just like Orly. And they had a few in there. I think I liked about half of that collection. Half of them were creams and half of them were a little bit shimmery. So I liked that collection. I thought they did a pretty good job too. And then Olive and June had their summer collection, which was really bright too and fun for them because they don't have a lot of bright colors, and so I think it was great that they added those to their line. I keep saying that because it's a new company and it's so fun to watch them add new polishes to their line. And then Essie's summer collection was just okay. I don't know, I can't really remember what it was. Let me check. Yeah, they had a line one that I liked. And I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head, but probably the only one that I really was excited about in that collection. It was just okay to me. So I feel like Orly and China Glaze really killed it in the summertime. Maybe that's just because I was in the mood for some bright, fun colors, but isn't that what everyone's in the mood for in the summer? Come on, we want something bright and fun and happy, especially this last year. So, okay, let's talk about my favorites. So of course my favorites are going to be from those 2 collections. This one here is Orly Kaleidoscope. This is the one I have on my nails. Okay, I'm just gonna say it now. This is my favorite polish of the year. It is so good. That's why I chose to wear it in this video. My lights are kind of bright, so you might not be able to see it because it's kind of a bright polish itself. And it's just so good. It's this beautiful pinky purple. If you don't own this, go get it. It's at Beyond Polish. You guys use my code GOLARI10, get a discount, go get it. You will not regret it. I definitely need to pick up a backup of this. It is so fantastic. Best polish of the year. I don't need to say anything else about it. Well, I will say that I had so much fun wearing it this summer. I think I put it on 3 or 4 times, and I did a lot of videos with this and pictures, but it's fantastic. And then from that same collection, I chose Orly Plastic Jungle. Such a fun, bright green, and I loved this in the summer too. I don't typically wear like these pale green colors, but it was just so fun and different, and so I really enjoyed this one. I wore it to the pool a lot, and it's good. And then I had so much fun with this China Glaze polish. This is Tropic Like It's Hot. I just really had fun with this. At the beach, at the pool, it's just, there's something fun about going to the beach and wearing something bright, and it just brings out your tan. You need to try it. This is a really good one. I would say the formula is like pretty good. It's not like fantastic. These neons can be a little bit tricky to apply, so don't expect like perfection out of this one. I don't ever expect perfection out of neons. There are some brands that do it perfect. China Glaze does it pretty good, but they are a little bit tricky. This just brought so much happiness to me this summer. And that's what I hope in my channel to give you guys, is just a little bit of happiness. Even if it's just from your nails. You deserve a little bit of happiness here and there. So this one made me happy. And then there were a lot of great hot pinks. There was Hot Strawberry from Olive and June, there was Guava Mama, and there was Spin Me Around from Morgan Taylor, and I had a hard time deciding, but I went with Morgan Taylor's Spin Me Around because they do neons very well as Orly, but they do them very well. And this one was so fun and bright, and the only time I'm going to wear a bright neon is in the summer. So bring me the bright pink neons in the summer, because that's when I want them. And this one was really good. And then we had the fairest of them all, I think kind of at the end of summer, beginning of fall. I didn't pick any favorites out of that one. That was pretty good. I felt like it was pretty good. I would say the colors weren't like amazingly awesome, but I thought it was a pretty great collection. Okay, and then we got into fall, and fall was such a fun time for polish. So let's talk about the collections. We had the OPI Downtown LA collection, and I love that collection. I thought they did a really great job with that collection. They were like mostly creams with a few shimmeries. So good. We'll call them shimmeries. Shimmers and glitters, not Anyway, okay, so then we had the Morgan Taylor No Boundaries collection, and that one was pretty good. It had like a navies and creams and yellows and like mustardy colors. I thought it was okay. Pretty good. And then we had the China Glaze Autumn Spice collection, which was really great. It was pretty much a typical fall collection, and I liked that one quite a bit. And then we had the Orly Wild Natured collection. That was kind of interesting. Had a lot of bright colors in it, which I think is fun for going from summer to fall, but I didn't really want to wear those during the fall. I wanted some that were more muted, and so I would say that one was just okay in my opinion. And then we had the Essie Fall collection, which I thought was okay. It wasn't like super fantastic. I thought it was okay. And then Olive and June had a really great fall collection. I liked their collection a lot. It was very cohesive. I liked all the colors in it. I do have a favorite out of that one. And then we had the Belief in Yourself from Essie. That was kind of toward the end of fall, was it? Such a good collection. Then we had the Opulent Opera collection from Essie, which had a few good ones in there too. And honestly, it was hard for me to pick 4 out of these. In between that summer and fall, Olive and June had some good collections. They had the Gold, the Stony Clover, the Cupcakes and Cashmere collection, and I didn't pick any favorites out of there, but those were all good. Lots of good pinks. Okay, so I have 2 from the OPI Downtown LA collection. Okay, so this first one is OPI My Studios on Spring, and it's a beautiful, beautiful green. Like I said, there's so many greens this year, but I love them all. They're all very special to me, even though they're very close, but they are a little bit different. And so I love them. And I love that this one's a little bit lighter. It leans a little bit more blue, but it's not quite teal. It's just like kind of on that line, and it is beautiful. This was like in the running up for my favorite fall polish. I'm still a little torn between the two. I had a lot of ones that were kind of close, and it's beautiful. You need to get this one, and the formula is fantastic too. So here's this next one, and it's OPI Heart DT LA. This is my favorite that I picked for fall for 2021, and it's beautiful. It's like a blue that has a little bit of purple, and it's just a little bit unique, fun, and perfect for fall. It was just so fun to wear. I love this one. Like I said, I had a lot of runners up, but this one won. It's just beautiful. I really enjoyed it. Okay, and then the next one I have is Rooting for You, and this is also from the Believe in Yourself collection. This is fantastic. It's so fun. It's a little bit lighter. It's kind of like a mauvey brown purple, and it's kind of smoky and fun, and I love this one. If you didn't get a chance to pick it up, make sure you do. It's still available if you want to get it. It is so good. There was also another one that I really loved and I had in my pile. It's Overture the Top from the Opulent Opera collection. I cannot say that. Anyway, it's a little bit darker and kind of rusty. I love that one too, but I picked this one just because I liked it a little bit more for fall, and I liked Overture the Top for kind of in between, but I had a lot of fun wearing that one too. And then I picked Art Class from the Olive and June fall collection. That really was a good collection. I liked most of them from that collection. This one was my favorite. It's a beautiful muted purple. It's a little bit unique. You gotta have this one too. And then we had somewhere in there the Nature Strongline from OPI. You guys love that line. I feel like it's kind of underrated. It doesn't get talked about a lot, but it's just amazing. The colors, they did such a good job with the color selection. I think I had about 6 or 7 that I had to pick throughout out of my favorites to show on here, and I narrowed it down to 2. I'm being so good, you guys. I narrowed it down to 2. Can you believe it? I didn't have like 40 or 50 polishes in this review. I'm doing better. They had a lot of bright colors. I feel like I'm gonna wear more in the spring and summer. This one I'm definitely gonna wear. This is Cactus What You Preach, and it's a beautiful, unique, bright, kind of turquoisey, minty green blue color. It's so cool. Love it. I cannot wait to wear it. I'm not quite ready for it yet, but I will be wearing it probably in about 3 or 4 months. And then Simply Radishing. I loved this one, you guys. I mean, I still love it, but I loved wearing it this fall. I had it quite a bit. It was kind of like a summer to fall color that I loved. So check out my review for that. I will definitely put that down below, and you guys need to watch the swatches for that. It has all the info about that in it. I'll let you watch it, but such a good line. Winter, we had the Essie Toy to the World collection. That one was really interesting, and I liked it. I know people kind of had mixed feelings about it. It was just really bright colors, which I love because I'm ready to pull those out. At least some type of bright colors. So I thought that one was pretty good. And then the OPI Celebration collection was really great. There was like 6 hollows and shimmers and 6 creams, which I feel like made everybody happy. And so I was pretty happy about that collection. And then Olive and June had a great collection as well. I think they did a good job. I think they had 9 polishes. And then we had the Orly Winter collection, which was kind of like, wasn't my favorite. They killed it this last summer and spring. And then I feel like in fall and winter, it was kind of like, oh, we'll see what they bring us this next spring. Okay. And then then Morgan Taylor Sing 2, I thought that was a really great collection. There was tons of polishes in that collection too. So I thought that one was pretty good. China Glaze had the Jewels Royale collection for the holidays, and that one was fantastic too. I didn't pull any of those out for my favorites, but that's okay. I only wear glitters like on the holidays, so I didn't pull those out because they're definitely not going to be my favorites if I'm only going to wear them once in a while, but I did think they did a fantastic job with that. Then we have like the Essie Pattern Play collection. Am I missing anything else that I reviewed? I think that's it. Here's my favorite. So out of that Morgan Taylor Sing 2 collection, I did pick this one, and this was my number one from winter. And this is Ready to Work It. It's a beautiful brown. It's a little bit spicy. It's really warm, and it's a little bit dark and mysterious, and I love it. I love it. The formula is so good on it, and I probably wore it like 3 times. And then we had OPI Heart to Party. I really loved this one. I love these deep plum purples. There's a lot that are kind of like this. I feel like I remember this one was a little bit different, but the formula on this is fantastic. I have a reel of this on Instagram, and you'll see the application. It's just got kind of this jelly formula, but it builds up really nicely in 2 coats, so it's kind of corally-ish, and it's so good. So good. Gotta have that one. And then I loved this green from Olive and June. The formula on this one's kind of fun too because it's a little bit corally-ish as well. So that's another reason that I really liked this one. And it's just beautiful. Like I said, there were a lot of greens. I did a lot of green comparisons. There was the Essie green. Lose Sight of Reality was really good too. But I liked the greens that got a little bit darker and richer in the wintertime. And I pulled out a lot of greens that I love from the past. And I talked about Stylenomics this year, and that one is a little bit darker. It's almost black, but that one's fantastic. Super hard to find, and then I had kind of forgotten about Off Tropic, and then I remembered about it. How could I forget it? It's like my favorite green. So I talked about that a lot on my Instagram as well, and I love that one too. But out of all the new ones, this one was my favorite. Those are kind of my older favorite greens. This is my newer one, and it's just so good. And then I'm picking this one, All Dolled Up. It's such a fun pink. I love pinks like this, and I think it'll be so fun to wear January, February. And so I thought this was from the Essie Winter Collection. It's just so bright and happy. I hope you guys really enjoyed that year review. I think I'm going to try to do this every year. Really, really fun, like I said, to look back at all the fun collections and all the things that I liked and that you guys liked, and I'm excited to see what comes this next year. So thanks so much for watching and commenting. Don't forget to like this video and please subscribe. I will see you guys next time. See you later, Polish Freaks.